You know that feeling, right? You're standing in the candy aisle, holding a bar of dark chocolate, and you're thinking, is this actually healthy or is it just really good marketing? I mean, you want a treat, but you definitely don't want that awful sugar crash later. Well, today, we're going to put it to the test.
All right, so let's just get right into it. The big question we're all asking. Is dark chocolate for real? Is it a health food or is it just hype? You hear all this stuff about antioxidants, all these great benefits, but what I really want to know, and what I bet you want to know, is what does it do to our blood sugar? Let's find out.
So here's the classic chocolate dilemma, right? It's that constant battle between satisfying that sweet tooth and, not sending your energy levels on a complete roller coaster for the rest of the day. We are officially on a mission to figure out if dark chocolate is the secret weapon we've all been looking for.
But how are we going to get a real answer? I mean, we're not just going to talk about theories today. Nope. We are looking at a direct, personal experiment. Someone actually wore a continuous glucose monitor to see exactly what happens to their blood sugar moment by moment after eating chocolate. This is the real deal.
Okay, let's set the stage for our little experiment. The star of our show, a 70% cocoa dark chocolate. And why 70%, you ask? Well, that's the number you always hear, right? It's kind of touted as the sweet spot for getting those health benefits. So, it's the perfect candidate for our test.
All right, so here are the nitty-gritty details. We're talking 40 grams of Bonneville 70% dark chocolate. Calorie-wise, that clocks in at 240. And listen, these details are super important because, science is all about a fair fight. We got to know exactly what we're working with here.
Okay, the chocolate has been eaten, the data has been collected, and now it's the moment of truth. What actually happened to those blood sugar levels? Let's see.
So let's dig into the data. After 240 calories of that rich dark chocolate, what was the final verdict from the glucose monitor? Now, before I show you the number, just take a quick guess. What do you think? Are we looking at a huge spike or something a little more manageable?
And there it is, just 16, a blood sugar increase of only 16 milligrams per deciliter. Now, to put that in perspective, if you don't track this stuff all the time, a typical small snack might push you up 20, maybe 30 points. So 16, that is an incredibly small, gentle rise. It's a super controlled response from the body.
Yeah, amazing really is the right word for it. What an amazing result. Because what this suggests is that you can actually eat a pretty decent amount of this specific chocolate without having a major blood sugar event. But how does that number really stack up against the competition?
A single number by itself doesn't tell the whole story. To really get what a 16-point rise means, we need some context. So let's put this dark chocolate head-to-head against some other popular choices.
Wow, okay, now this chart tells a really powerful story. Just look at this. Our 70% dark chocolate is the clear winner down there at a 16 milligram spike. Then you've got the Kit Kat, which is part wafer, right? That came in at 20. But then, look at the regular old milk chocolate. A 28 milligram spike. That is nearly double the impact of the dark chocolate. That is a huge, huge difference.
And this is where it gets really interesting. We're all kind of trained to think that more calories equals worse for you, right? But this little experiment just flips that whole idea on its head. Get this, the dark chocolate actually had 30 times more calories than the milk chocolate, but its effect on blood sugar was way, way lower. So what's the secret? What's going on here?
Well, it's not magic. It's science. And the difference in these results really comes down to what's inside the chocolate bars themselves. It's all about the balance of two key things, fat and sugar.
Okay, so here's the breakdown, plain and simple. On one side, you've got the 70% dark chocolate. It's got way more fat, from the cocoa butter, and way less sugar. On the other side, you've got milk chocolate. It's the total opposite, less fat and a lot more sugar. That right there, that's the secret sauce.
So here's the key principle to understand. Think of fat like a brake pedal for digestion. It actually slows down how quickly your body can absorb the sugar that you eat. So with the dark chocolate, all that good fat from the cocoa butter meant the sugar, and there was less of it to begin with, got released into the bloodstream nice and slow. No sharp, sudden spike.
All right, so let's wrap this all up. What's the big takeaway here? First, and this is the most important part, not all chocolate is created equal, especially when it comes to your blood sugar. Second, in this specific test, the high cocoa dark chocolate was, hands down, the gentlest option. And third, now we know exactly why. It's that magic combo of higher fat and lower sugar working together to keep things stable.
And that kind of brings us to a final, bigger idea.
I mean, this whole experiment just goes to show how a really simple swap can make a massive difference in how your body responds. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other foods out there that we label as unhealthy might have a smarter, more blood sugar-friendly version just waiting for us to find? Definitely some food for thought.